and we right back to it. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to get into the stock side of things, which is going to be very short. It's not going to be very long because my main focus is on Forex. I'm trying to really buckle down in that and scalp mainly the indices. Like Nas 100 was real. Like I'll tell you, it was good to me this week, man. So, but I also am trying to do weekly options. You know what I'm saying? Get in the option for the week or a couple weeks. Make the vest date a couple weeks from now, so that way it gives you time. That way you don't have to feel like you gotta be, I don't want to spread myself too thin. I just need to manage my money properly. Put it in places that it makes money. So that's the name of the game. So yeah, as of right now, I did take an option on, what is this? This is Kroger's. KR. I took an option to the upside. I was up, if you look at Kroger's and how it moves, of course it pulls back, but even this pullback really is not, it never really surpassed this low for real. So even this pullback is like, it's still textbook and moving how the market is supposed to move. Even though it looks different than this, it's really not. So this is the previous higher low. So price can come all the way back down to here before bouncing up. But, if you look at the daily, we had pretty much this double bottom right here. Now this closed a little bit below, so it wasn't exactly a double bottom, but price was right here. I got in the call option right here. It went up. I think I was up like $50. I think I was up about $50. It went from 70 to about 120, somewhere around there. 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, $50. I was up somewhere around $50 up here. It was $70 for the option call. So I thought, looking at price action, of course price can always do what it wants, and ultimately it could be here for 30 weeks and then come down again, retest right here for another 30 weeks, and then go back up and then continue up. But I thought that since we got this double right here, the third time's the charm. So I just thought it was gonna continue up and up and up and up like Superman, but hit my head on it. Superman falls sometimes, I guess, because we came back down. I had to exit. I exited at a $20 loss. $20 loss. It was a loss, bro. It was a $20 loss. You know what I'm saying? I bought the option for 70, sold it for 50. But that's okay, because we're gaining experience and we're getting better. Next week, I'm not taking a loss in the stock market. I can't say Forex because I'm going to be more, Forex is going to be more of my frequented. I'm going to be placing trades way more frequently in Forex than the stock market. But let's look at the ones I'm in long term. WKHS. We'll look at the bad one first, because I'm down on Workhorse. I think I got in at like 170. Yeah, I got in at about 170. And as you can see, I'm down, but we're coming up. We're in a downtrend, so probably shouldn't even be in it. But I do that, I take them little chances like that sometimes. But actually, in a year, you know, it's probably not gonna surpass this, and it might come all the way back down to here. But if it does, it'll probably bounce up. So, but that's a lot of probabilities. What price is showing us is that it's in a downtrend, and it wants to continue down. You know why? Because if you look at this daily, bam, 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 it's just nothing but down. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of got me a bit flustered, but it's okay, cause stars are made in the darkness. You feel me? What relevance does that have? You tell me. Okay? You tell me, man. You let me know. Alright? Now let me look up these other ones that I'm in. They went down a little bit since I looked at them last. So EHTH. I'm up on this one. I'm up a decent amount. Let me see. EHTH, I got in at trade price. Where'd I get in at? Oh yeah, trade price. I got in at $3.44, and we're at $3.88. And I am up year to date $12.15. So hopefully that number increases. I definitely plan to see them come up. But these, like I said, these are my long terms. So if you look at the weekly, you know what I'm saying, we are definitely at the very bottom of where price is at. And so that's why I put this in. I put in this that's why I'm buying and holding this one. I expect it to at least get up to, $9. That's triple the money that I put in. I only put in 100, so that'll be 300. But actually, I would like to hold it further than that. That's just where I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out and wait for a pullback so I can get in again. And then so yeah. But that one's up. It did decent this week. Came through for me a little bit. 344 to 396. 396. Now let's look at INO. INO. That's another one that I'm in. Bam. INO. I got in at $1.46. $1.46. We are at $1.96. 96 cents. Now INO has been around a lot longer than EHTH. So this is another long-term play. But I'm definitely looking to make some good profits off of them. I want them at least to get up to like 67, probably somewhere like around here at least. You see where they usually go up to, man. This is like the 160 mark. So if they get up to 100, that's what I got in at, what I said, 140 something. Let me look. 146. I got in at 146. That'll be, they get up to $100, man. That's, I don't even know, but it's money. You feel me? Like, I'm not a mathematician, bro. All right. So LEXX. LEXX. They have not been around that long at all, bro. At all. 2020. I don't even think I realized that. Nah, I think that. Nah, it just hasn't loaded yet, has it? Yeah, they was. I was about to say. I know I ain't. No, sir. So they've been around since 2007. They're at the very bottom of where they always go. And look what they do every time they get here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So what can I expect them to do this time? At least to go. Oh, let me tell y'all where I got in at. At least go from the 0.7920 where I got in. This week they was stagnant. They ain't do much. You know what I'm saying? To at least, you know, when you look at the major scale, at least right here, bro. $5. You know, that's 5 times your money. But I actually planned it to go higher than that, though. But, you know what I'm saying? I'll say about $9, $10. Even higher than that, though, for real. But, so, yeah. So that's where I got in at 0.7920. And we're at 0.7927. Is that what I said? Where I got in at? 7920? Yep, 7920. You know, we are still in the downtrend on the weekly and the daily. So that means everything under that is going to be down too. So this is down. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to wait a while. Let me bing bop boom bop bop. So yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to wait a while before you know, we probably start to see some profit on this for real. We're probably gonna go in the drawdown a little bit. You know, it's natural, especially since we have, we're not at the all-time low. The all-time low is at this black line, this other black line that I created at 0.2529, as you can see, you know, right here. This is the all-time low. So it could possibly come down, reject, make some reject. Oh, it do that. If it do that, yeah, you best believe I'm getting in. You best believe I'm buying it. But yeah, I'm probably putting another 100 in. Because right now, I just put 100 into each one. Just to see what it's going to do. Not just to see what it's going to do, but to put some money in there and make it multiply. You know what I mean? And then the rest of the money that's in my account, I use for options. And so, and so on the options tip, let's look at McDonald's. McDonald's is my favorite options stock. They move textbook, very textbook. Look at this. Look at that. You can already tell. Look how textbook that is. You can bet your bottom dollar if it gets here, it wasn't gonna pass this. It's, man. So this week I could have banked off of them, bro. Look at that, the daily. Ooh, I could have banked off of them this week, man. It saddens my heart to see this, especially knowing that I just love them and I could have. You know what I mean? But it's all good because we got next week. Because I don't think they're going to, you know, I think they're going to surpass these highs right here. They might not. They might still come back down. They got all the way to right. Oh, wait. This is higher than that. But still, I look at this as equal. I look at this as like a hit. It's starting to look like it might be forming a head and shoulders. Like, to come down all the way back down to here somewhere to test within here probably, and then the head back up. But I don't even think it's gonna do that. I think it's, I think it's going to continue. If I were to hypothesize, I would say it's going to continue up, but you can't go based off of hypothesis in the market. You have to go based off of what the market is showing you. So I'll have to wait, until next week to see what's really going on. But for now, I believe it's going to continue up. So if we come back down and test somewhere around here, I will be hopping in some call options. I will be doing that. What was the other play? There was another one. Chewy. CHWY. Chewy. This is one I was very interested in as well. I'm still waiting for a pullback, and we've starting to get it a little bit. You know what I mean? So Chewy, as you can see, uptrend. Currently, bam, 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 bam. We just, we rejected from here, and now we're starting to go back upward on the weekly. So that means, it's probably coming and testing here to head up. But we got all the way until here to where it could come back to before going up. So we'll wait on the daily. As you can see, we have this little blip right here that could possibly be held up as resistance, that could possibly see a reversal from. But if not, if price decides to go past that, which I would actually hope for, I hope price comes all the way back down here, because if it does, I'm loading up, dog. If price come back down here, I'm loading up. But yeah, I'll go down to the 4 hour. Go down to the 4 hour. Bam. Now, it's looking like a reversal of trend on the 4 hour right now currently, in my opinion. So, like I said, I would like to see price come back down to here. If it does, and start creating some rejections right here to the upside, yeah, I'm getting it. Or if we start creating some rejections right here, I would like to get in it too still. But I think it's going to come past this. That's just my hypothesis. But like I said, you can't go based off hypothesis. You have to go based off what the market is showing you. And, let's look at Nike too, because I wonder. Because they were looking like they needed to go down on the weekly, I believe. They were near a previous lower high, and my freaking computer is like moving slower than I don't even know what, you know what I mean? But we gonna make it happen. You feel me? So yeah, it looks like it's possibly about to break these higher which I would expect it to, because I wouldn't expect it to go below here. Came down to about that mark. Looks like, if you look at this right here, looks like we created a little bit of a head and shoulders right here. Left head, right, a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say it probably come back down right here just to head back up on that weekly. Now the daily, definitely uptrend. Bam. Higher low, higher high. That's the, you know what I mean? Until we pass here, we're not in the downtrend on the daily. So definitely, and then we go down to the 4 hour. Bam. Oh, even more beautiful. It's so clear right there. Higher low, higher high. Higher low, heading up to possibly create higher highs. We need a pullback though. We need a pullback, and then we can get into the upside. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this though. Like I tell all my possible viewers, this is not financial advice. Do with it as you please. It's for educational purposes only. Not just for you, but also for me as well. I learned from this, so I'm thankful, and that's it. That's the analysis. That's the AAR for all my trading, my stocks trading this week. I told y'all about the options play that I lost on. I'm up on the majority of my on the long term ones. Some of them I'm down. I'm down on Workhorse for sure. The other three, I think I was up on. Some of them I'm up a little bit more than others. But like I said, those are long term plays, so those are gonna fluctuate for sure. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it on that note, man. Catch y'all on the next video.